actor Jussie Smollett made headlines a few weeks ago for claiming he was jumped in downtown Chicago in the middle of the night by two MAGA hat-wearing Trump supporters who threw bleach on him and hung a rope around his neck while screaming, quote, "This is MAGA country." Now, Smollett's making news for an entirely different reason, for reportedly having staged the whole thing. Now, I don't want to be the one who says, "I told you so," but, well, I told you so. After all, this whole thing stunk like a Seattle fish market from the beginning, but despite the multiple red flags here, the media ran with Smollett's story as gospel, pointing the finger at the president and his racist followers like the story was proof we're all headed back to 1950s Mississippi. But now it turns out the whole thing may have been a fake. Multiple local news outlets have reported that sources within the Chicago PD are now saying they believe Smollett may have paid two Nigerian co-workers to stage the entire attack. Police haven't confirmed this yet, but they have said that the two men's testimonies have, quote, shifted the trajectory of their investigation. Both men have been released, and Smollett has reportedly hired a criminal defense attorney. Now, the worst part is that if Smollett is lying, he is just the latest in a long line of fake hate crimes that the media has fallen for in their quest to paint Trump supporters as a bunch of violent racists. Y'all remember any of these? The day after Trump was elected in 2016, Alicia Long, a student at Bowling Green State, claimed that white men wearing pro-Trump shirts threw rocks at her and called her racist names. Now, students launched protests while the university hosted a town hall to discuss the incident, but it turns out Long made it all up. In mid-2017, a pro-gay Episcopal church in Indiana was spray-painted with Heil Trump, a swastika, and anti-gay messages. Turns out the vandal there was the church's gay organ player who said that he was, quote, hoping to mobilize others disappointed with the election results. Days after the Pittsburgh shooting, Trump supporters were blamed for pro-Nazi vandalism at a Brooklyn synagogue and setting fires in a Jewish community. The culprit there was found out to be a black man who was gay and, get this, had worked with city council members to fight hate crimes. Do you remember the black church in Mississippi that was painted with "Vote Trump" and then set on fire just a week before the 2016 election? Well, the man responsible for that ended up being a church member. Swastikas and the N-word, found scrawled across campus at Groucher College in Maryland last November, sparked student protests and demands that all incoming freshmen be forced to take a, quote, cultural competency class. Turns out Finn Ajani Arthur, a 21-year-old black lacrosse player, was found to have staged that whole thing. And most recently, a group of Trump-supporting Catholic school kids were blamed for inciting a racist confrontation with a Native American elder in Washington, D.C. Now, the media ran wild with that story, even though it turned out that the Native American man was the one who'd started the whole thing. And allegations that the kids had screamed racist insults turned out to be totally false. And the media fall for it every time, even when the facts don't add up, because they so desperately want for it to be true. They wanted this Smollett story so bad, they're actually bummed that a bunch of racists may not have tried to publicly lynch a black man in 2019 America. The Washington Post published an op-ed saying it, quote, breaks my heart that Smollett may have lied. CNN's S.E. Cupp blamed Trump supporters for being giddy that a hate crime didn't happen and said the whole thing is, quote, sad no matter your politics. Brian Stelter blamed conservative websites for weaponizing the story and said that the national media bears no blame. Here's a pro tip, guys. When you actively promote a hoax, especially one with glaring red flags that you don't even bother to look into, you are complicit in the lie. And the media's constant falling for these fake racist anti-Trump con jobs proves yet again that they care nothing about the truth, but about painting anyone they disagree with as evil, violent bigots. And yes, that is when the media becomes the enemy. And that's your Reality Check, America. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, like us on Facebook and Twitter.